to the Ultraflex Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Sutton. With me is the GM, the Green Machine, the Robert Green III. How are you doing?
Doing excellent. How are you doing, Anthony?
Doing very well. Also with me, the Zen Master himself, Ryan Andrew Wheeler.
Oh, we're using middle names now?
We are.
All right.
Welcome. So I have to start out with my hot take from last week because I unfortunately, or last episode, did not hit my hot take. I thought Kareem Hunt would be traded by now, and he is still a member of the Browns.
On the last one without a strike.
Yeah, what was Ryan's?
Wait a minute. Mine's not done yet because Jimmy G's not even off the team yet. So I said that Jimmy G.
They announced Trey Lance as the starter.
I understand, but Trey Lance could get hurt still, and then Jimmy G ends up being the starter, and I'd be like, damn, I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we can't put an X on that one yet.
That's right.
But it's very close.
Very close.
I have the first official X, it sounds like. So we're going to do a little guess the player, who am I, to start off the show, followed by spin the wheel. We're going to try to do 4 or 5 spin the wheels and get as many of these teams done before the season starts. It's crazy that we're less than a month away. And then we'll have the listener question at the end. But before we do guess the player and who am I, I'm going to allow the listeners to learn a little bit more about the two of you. So I'm going to ask you guys rapid fire questions.
Rob, did you know about this?
Nope. This is news to me. Let's go.
One word answer.
One word. All right.
We'll get to learn a little bit more about you guys. So
anybody else feeling anxious? I'm like
slightly, a little bit.
No, they're all good.
I like to be prepared for things, so we'll see how this goes.
They're all good. Let's start easy. Ryan, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Rob?
You can guess it, but it's green.
Who is your childhood crush? Ryan?
Natalie Portman. Is that 2 words?
That's an answer. That works.
Struggling to think of one for that.
Well,
come back to it.
Pink is the runner-up for me, by the way. I love the color pink, too.
For color?
Yeah, it wasn't my childhood crush. Oh, actually, all right. I see where you were going with that. No, pink was the color.
What Hogwarts house would you be part of?
Gryffindor.
What? So Slytherin, Gryffindor,
Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw.
What are their characteristics to each of them? I know Slytherin is like the bad guys. Gryffindor is like the upstanding.
I think you'd be Slytherin. It just feels right to me. not because you're a bad guy. I just think you're like
Rob thinks I'm a bad guy.
You fit the Slytherin to me.
All right, that's fair. I guess I'll go. I was thinking Ravenclaw, but
it sounds cool.
What is going on?
Oh, can you hear my dogs howling in the background?
Are you okay?
They must be.
I wasn't sure if it was coming through.
Oh, it's
that's Copper Dog howling in the background for everybody who can hear.
They must be Hogwarts fans. All right. And last question, Ryan, favorite breakfast food?
Oh man, was that supposed to be a quick rapid fire question? Favorite breakfast food? I think it's got to be French toast.
All right, Rob.
That's a good one. I like a good egg sandwich with some bacon on it.
All right. See, letting the listeners learn a little bit more about you guys. Now we'll see how good you guys are at guessing the player.
Anthony, what's your favorite question or favorite color?
Blue.
Childhood crush.
Kelly Kapowski.
What is that?
The chick off of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, okay. I forgot the other questions.
What house are you in for Harry Potter?
Gryffindor.
Okay, so you guys are Gryffindor and I'm a Slytherin all by myself. I'm sorry.
and any cereal ever is my favorite.
Okay, and Rob, did you ever figure out a childhood crush?
Not yet. I might have to think about that one for next episode. I'm not really sure.
We're going to revisit this at the end of the episode if we have one. If not, then I'll make one
Google,
up for you.
Look at some 90s actresses.
All right, let's play Guess That Player.
All right.
So he is starting wide receiver. 24 years old. Was a 5th round pick and had 81 receptions last year. Any guess?
He was a rookie last year?
He was not a rookie. He was 24 last year.
Okay, so he's probably a second-year guy. 5th round pick, 81 catches. Wasn't Hunter Renfrow because he had 100 catches. We went over that before.
A 5th round pick in what year?
2020.
Wouldn't be Jacoby Myers, would it?
That
Patriots, Jacoby Myers.
Not the case. That's your guess for this round. Ryan, what do you have?
I already threw out. Well, I mean, it was before I knew that it wasn't a rookie, but I threw out Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That is not correct, but you're.
I know he's 22 years old too. I don't. Yeah, it was.
If you're thinking fantasy points, you're in the right range. This person finished 23rd for wide receiver fantasy points last year in PPR, and he had 140 targets. So, again, did not have the most accurate quarterback, similar to DJ Moore last time.
Man, you come up with the hard ones, bro.
Let's see how well you know your college football. This gentleman went to Tulane.
Oh, Darnell Mooney.
That is correct.
There we go.
All right,
He finished.
got me on that one.
He finished 23rd.
I was trying to think of who was a 5th round pick. I couldn't.
I don't think I realized he was 20. You say he's 25?
24.
Oh, 24. Okay.
He finished 23rd, 81 receptions, 1,055 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So pretty solid year for having pretty solid year for having a terrible offensive line, which led to a terrible quarterback play.
Yeah.
Next one, also a starter. This is a quarterback. I only have 2 today, so this will be our last one for today.
Oh no, I've got one for you guys actually.
Cool.
All right.
This quarterback had the 5th most passing yards in 2021.
5th most. Matt Stafford.
Nope. Not a bad guess. Matt Stafford had the 4th most.
Kirk Cousins.
Not Kirk Cousins. He's further down. He's 8th most. 8th most.
I know Derek Carr had a top 5. He was top 5 in passing yards. Is it him?
He was 5th, so that's pretty good.
There it is.
You ruined it before I got to the juicy stuff. So he was 5th.
Sorry.
He was 5th.
Yeah, what happened to one guess per round?
Well, you see, I felt really good about throwing out a name.
He was 5th in passing yards, and this was interesting. He was the other 4 that were above him were Tom Brady, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Matthew Stafford, and their touchdowns were Tom Brady had 43, Stafford had 41, Herbert had 38, Patrick Mahomes had 37. How many touchdowns do you think Derek Carr had?
23.
20. Did you get it right, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just drafted him in that startup that we were the Ultraflex startup, and I was looking at his stats. So I probably should have gotten the passing yards too. I should have known. 5th
for him to have 4,800 passing yards and 23 touchdowns is.
That's why they brought in Devontae Adams, right?
It feels almost like impossible. Like you just getting shut down in the red zone.
They didn't have that many rushing touchdowns either, did they? Like Josh Jacobs didn't have any kind of crazy season.
All right. Can I throw out my who am I?
Yep.
All right.
Josh Jacobs had 9 rushing touchdowns.
I was just going to look it up.
I am a tight end, and I'm going to see how good Rob is with his colleges because he nailed Mooney. So let's throw this out here. He went to, I believe it was South Dakota State University.
Dallas Goedert.
Damn. All right, Rob ruined the game. It's broken. I didn't even, whatever.
You shouldn't have started with the college. You should have started with the stats.
I thought that was going to be like the coolest part about him is that he went to South Dakota State.
Well, I remember that because he was like a small school prospect.
It's not even North Dakota State where Wentz came from?
Yeah, that's where Wentz went.
Yeah.
North Dakota State's kind of a college football powerhouse for sure. It's not like producing the most NFL talent every year, but they're consistently.
South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a different name. It's fun.
That is cool. I like that.
So, Rob got 2 of those, and you got 1.
Well, that's not fair. I asked the last question, but I guess Rob wins.
I could have got that. I could have got that last one, and we could all tied up.
Honestly, I think because of Rob's college football knowledge and football players, then I think he deserves the win anyway. And I got it the first time, so.
I thought of doing a Who Am I Today, but then I was like, I didn't want to do it and then have Ryan not have one ready, so I didn't do it. So.
Next time.
Okay, I thought you might have one.
I'll say next time we all bring 1 to the table. And we'll see who can stump. Remember the show Stump the Schwab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see who stumps the Schwab.
All right. That sounds really dirty. Let's move on.
Cool. Yeah, let's switch over to spin the wheel. We're gonna try to, like I said, do 4 or 5 of these, get as many records and teams done as we can. Try to get some over-unders.
I couldn't remember what that soundbite was, so I wanted to put it. Sorry, guys. I thought maybe it'd be a cool intro to the spin the wheel, and I was definitely wrong, unless it's going to be miserable. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're going to get the who do I want to throw under the bus here? The Bears?
Okay, if we get the Bears, I'm pushing that button again. Here we go.
All right, are we ready?
Wait a minute, Anthony. My wife specifically asked for you to sing us into this.
Let's spin the wheel.
I thought you were going to forever.
I was wondering how long you'd go.
That was beautiful. Wow.
Oh, it did click. New England Patriots. Okay.
All right, guys. So we're doing are we looking at buys, sells, and then we're going to be picking the schedule for these boys, huh?
That is the plan.
Ryan, who do you? We'll start with you, I guess. Who do you like for the Patriots? Who you buying?
It's not going to be any of their receivers. Well, maybe Tyquan Thornton. He seems pretty cheap right now. Just for the potential, his speed is game breaking. Honestly, I hate running backs. We draft Ultraflex fantasy football league, so I'm not buying a running back. But if I were to have to, I would probably buy. Let's see, not Damien.
I think Damien Harris is the guy because everybody's talking a lot about Ramondre Stevenson now. So he's the sell just because of where the market is on those two. I mean, Damien Harris scored, I think it was 15 touchdowns last year.
Did a notification just come through that said that they would be open to trading him?
I did see that. I tried going on Twitter to see who it came from, and I didn't see like any
nothing.
It seems like
credible.
speculation. I didn't see any big names saying it, so it seemed like Sleeper just kind of jumping the gun there. I mean, sure, it could happen, but they'll probably be in close to a 50-50 split this year, I'm sure. So trying to decide who to start there will be a headache. Not to mention they drafted Pierre Strong, in the 4th or 5th round this past draft. So
nobody ever wants
probably
to start Patriot running backs either.
Yeah, it's probably a backfield to avoid.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, the sell there is Ramondre Stevenson because of the hype.
I like that a lot because you want to go against the grain, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because if you're buying him now, you're paying for speculative carries that he might not even get.
Yeah, my other buy might actually be Hunter Henry because although he's not going to get you like tight a top 5 finish, the dude scores like 10 touchdowns every year.
He's a touchdown machine.
He's awesome.
I'm not saying a buy as far as draft early at any point, but where you can get Devontae Parker or Kendrick Bourne, I don't think it's the worst pickup if you're just going to storm on your bench for bye week startage possibility.
If you have deep benches, for sure, any of those guys could end up becoming the number one. Like who knows who is the number one there this year? I mean, they got Devontae Parker's probably the favorite, but you got Jacoby Myers, who's like the security blanket for Mac Jones. So he's the safe PPR option. If you can get him cheap, he's a decent buy. The other guy I was going to mention, though, just because he did absolutely nothing last year after getting a huge contract, was Jonnu Smith.
Yes.
If you can get him for nothing, just as like a throw-in on a trade,
yep,
you got to think Belichick's going to want to prove that he wasn't dumb for making that signing. So I think they could try to force feed Jonnu Smith a little bit this year to make that signing look a little better.
I'm selling Matt Patricia as your play caller or offensive coordinator. I mean, the guy went from a defensive coordinator and a good one, or that's just Belichick's system, to a bad head coach, and now you're going to have him calling your offensive plays. To me, that doesn't make any sense. So that would be...
It's weird. It's a weird situation.
As a Bills fan, I'm so happy. I'm so excited to see this crumble for the Patriots.
Yeah, and all the talk on Twitter is just how bad the Patriots offense has looked in camp, and I guess it could be partly a product of the very good defense they have, but not entirely. This is the time of year where the offense should be looking decent.
Yeah, they had their 2 decades to dominate everybody. They can sit back and suck for a while now.
Yeah,
it's odd to say that, like, because we didn't really sell too many people, but like, you're not. When we say buy, we're talking about like late round picks, but it's weird to talk about the Patriots in that way because forever it is
weird.
Get your hands on Gronk or Brady or Wes Welker or Randy Moss. Now it's completely different.
Times have changed.
Let's go ahead and pick their schedule. What do you, did you want to alternate, or do you guys?
No, we're doing Rob and I pick winner loss, and then you are the tiebreaker if we disagree.
Perfect. We're at Miami, week 1.
Miami.
All right. We are at Pittsburgh, week 2.
Well, I know we said Pittsburgh was going to win it when we picked Pittsburgh.
So there you go.
I can't remember which of us was the one who chose that, but
we're trying to keep this consistent so that at the end we can have our division winners and all that. So we have we're tracking all of our picks on a spreadsheet, and we'll be able to tell you who we think comes out on top of each division by the end of this.
Week 3, home at Baltimore, and we just had them going 0-2 to start the year.
Home against Baltimore, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to go Baltimore.
I mean, I hate to pick a Patriots team to start 0-3, but I'll go Baltimore also. I mean, I don't hate it, actually. I love it. Let's be honest.
Okay.
I struggle with it, but...
At Green Bay, week 4.
I love this. This is so juicy.
Give me the Packers. Let's go.
The Patriots start 0-4.
You heard it from us. They're going to go 0-16 because we're not.
My hot take was the Jets finish ahead of the Patriots.
It was.
Just looking.
We got to make that happen, and we also have to make the Jaguars get into the playoffs somehow for Anthony's take to come true.
Oh, it's happening.
Maybe we'll get them today too. Figure out if they can make it.
Arizona at home, week 5.
That seems like a game they're going to win. Honestly, I'm going to go Patriots. You can pick cards, Rob, if you want.
I was looking at the schedule in my magazine here, and it says Detroit week 5. So I'm just making sure one of us is.
That's right. I kept looking at that spreadsheet, and it wasn't matching up. Like Green Bay doesn't have New England. So let me hang on 1 second.
Are we doing preseason games or something?
I do have week 4 as at Green Bay. Everything was matching up until this one because I have week 5 as Detroit at home.
Hang on, I'll pull this. So yeah, at Miami, at Pittsburgh, home Baltimore, at Green Bay. So we're good so far. 0-4, home against Detroit.
Okay.
Patriots.
I'll take the Lions. The Patriots are just crumbling under the Matt Patricia-led offense. They can't score points.
I will pick the Patriots as well at home.
Oh,
so.
I got to stick with the Lions. I said they were a sleeper team, so
yeah, I agree.
1-4 going to Cleveland.
Oh man, give me the Patriots.
I'll take the Browns.
Rob refuses to pick the Patriots.
I'm going to assume Watson's still out, so I'm going to pick the Patriots as well. So 2-4, home against Chicago on Monday night.
Patriots.
I'll pick the Patriots there.
All right, with 3-4, and then we are at New York Jets.
Jets for me.
Yeah, I agree.
3-5, home against the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
3-6, home after their bye week, home against the New York Jets.
I'll give the Patriots that one after the bye.
Yeah.
4-6, going to Minnesota on Thanksgiving.
Take the Vikings.
Yeah, I like the Vikings this year.
4-7, another Thursday night game, home against the Buffalo Bills.
Finally, the Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots. I'm just kidding.
Bills for me.
4-8.
Josh Allen's gonna score on every drive again.
4-8, Monday night at Arizona.
Oh, there's the Arizona game. All right, I said I would pick the Patriots.
I'll go Patriots too. I think they'll bounce back after
That's also midway
couple
point, so
losses.
that's when the Cardinals start going down.
5-8, Sunday night game now so back-to-back road games going somewhere to the West Coast against the Las Vegas Raiders.
I can't see them winning both of those. Give me the Raiders.
5-9, home against Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
5-10, home against Miami.
Miami.
I'll go Patriots there. They're playing for pride at that point.
I'll go Patriots at home as well. So 6-10, and then at Buffalo, which could or could not mean something for either team.
It might not mean anything, but I'm still picking Buffalo.
I think Buffalo beat some of their backups.
All right. So 6-11. What do you have, or what do you think the current over/under is for New England?
Probably like 8.5.
I was thinking, 9.5. I'll say.
Depends on the book, but 8.5 is the most popular one.
They still get too much credit just for what they were in their past.
Yeah.
I know they were a playoff team last year, but Everything
we're
looked
saying
disastrous to start the season.
Plus 5,000 to bet on them to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
How much money you want to throw away?
Yeah, exactly.
$1. What is that? $500?
Yeah.
It is.
All right, so they're 6-11. I'll go in and update. I'm gonna have to go through our spreadsheet here again because some of these look incorrect. I'll go in there and update that so we can keep the tally. Rob, if you want to pull up the wheel, we'll do another team and see what the wheel decides on.
This time I'll remember to minimize the wheel screen.
Yeah, I had to stop sharing it.
You can yell at me, Rob. I don't mind.
Okay. So the Patriots are out. We have 26 teams left to go through.
Let's go. Give us someone good.
We got no sound, right? No lead-in sound here. We got to figure something out for that.
Spin the wheel.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right.
Yeah, Anthony is lead-in.
Big money, big money, big money. Ooh.
Hey.
Here we go.
Ryan's team. Tennessee Titans.
I love my Tennessee Titans.
All right. Well, I guess it's only fair if you get to start for your team. So who are you buying on the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah,
Ryan, I'm gonna minimize the wheel.
Yeah, well, thank you, dude. See, it took me all of like a minute to forget. That was incredible. Thank you.
You told me to remind you.
I appreciate that. Thanks for looking out for us. I think you should buy every Titan and sell none of them. I'm just kidding. All right. In all honesty, I do think that Tannehill is probably going to have a better year than everyone thinks he is. He goes so late in drafts. He's like one of the last quarterbacks taken.
Yeah, he's been left for dead by just about everybody.
100%. If you're in a redraft league, I don't think Tannehill is going to be as bad as he's being drafted. I would expect him to finish probably top 16. I mean, he pretty consistently finishes as like a top 13 quarterback. So
I think he was QB 12 last year.
He was a QB1 last year.
Yeah, I know it's not points per game, but
yeah. And one guy that I don't know that a lot of people are paying attention to, but I do consume a lot of Titans material, and that is Kyle Phillips. If he is on your waiver wire in a dynasty league, or if you can trade for him, you probably don't have to give up much because no one knows who he is or that he's going to be relevant. But this guy has been absolutely balling in camp so far.
Getting some run with the starters.
He's getting runs with his starters. He's out there crapping his pants. Actually, he's making other guys crap their pants. Like he's been doing one-on-one drills, just leaving guys on the ground. This guy is so shifty, so quick. His routes are crisp. And I think that's the kind of guy that Tannehill is going to love throwing to. I know Treylon Burks is the big name, and you probably don't want to trade for Treylon right now, unless you got him while all the bad news was coming out that he had asthma and he couldn't stay on the field and all those conditions.
If the owner in your league still feels that way.
Yeah, absolutely. That was absolutely ridiculous. Like the guy's never played football before. I didn't understand that at all.
I think Phillips is a good buy, though. Tannehill had Jarvis Landry to throw to, playing a similar role that potentially Kyle Phillips could play when Tannehill was in Miami. So maybe you can get Jarvis Landry like production out of Kyle Phillips, and maybe not his rookie year, but second year potentially.
Also,
is there a wide receiver crew that is like less sexy than the Titans crew, though?
We have Nick Westbrook-Akina.
You could probably bring up Robert Woods too here, though.
We have Robert Woods. He's also an ultra buy.
He's a buy. He's every year he plays, he's good.
If we're talking also like other buys, I mean Hassan Haskins, the running back that they drafted out of Michigan. I know that he's going to be the backup to Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry's old and he could be broken. We'll see what happens. I don't expect him to be. I think he's going to be great again. But if he goes down,
sell Henry anymore. I say it every year, and then he just keeps playing great. So
if Henry goes down, Haskins has been running as his backup in camp. I know he's listed as like the RB4 right now on their depth chart during training camp, but he is Henry 2.0. Only not Henry, because nobody is Henry.
Not quite as big, not quite as fast.
Right.
Not as highly rated of a prospect. But yeah, Henry 2.0, sure.
That's right. Just like Kyle Phillips is Cooper Kupp 2.0.
Yeah.
Other than the Patriots and maybe the Texans, name a team with a less sexy wide receiver room.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Bears was the first one that came to mind.
Boom. Done.
Darnell Mooney's better than anyone that's on there, though.
Oh, stop it. I'd rather have Burks, Treylon Burks, than Darnell Mooney, just out of pure upside.
They also have Cole Kmet versus Austin Hooper.
Dude, Austin Hooper's about to ball out this year. He has finished in like top 5 tight end.
Austin Hooper had probably a better season in his career than.
Now, I will say Kmet is my boy, so you are absolutely right.
I know you don't want to talk down on him.
Name another one.
Another wide receiver crew that's worse.
What was the 2 you said?
New England and Houston.
I like Houston's wide receivers. Well, I like 2 of them.
I guess I'm just trying. I think personally, I think they're bottom 5 wide receiver room.
The Giants probably aren't great. It's Kenny Galladay who's always hurt and a lot of unproven guys.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, they don't have great wide receivers, but they have a ton of potential with Kyle Phillips.
How about Jacksonville for that?
Yeah, I think I would rather have the Titans.
I would. Yeah, I would too. Because I mean, Robert Woods is probably better than Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
as a number 1.
I mean, if you look at I was going to say the Jets, but they have Elijah Moore, and then like literally a guy that the Titans got rid of.
They have Garrett Wilson. They just
I know they have Garrett Wilson, but you just said that the Giants have unproven guys. I mean, Garrett Wilson hasn't proven anything.
When I say, I already said it like 3 times. I don't know why it keeps coming. Sexy, like people that I would want to draft and store. Like I would take, yes, Treylon Burks. I would take him, but I would take Elijah Moore or Garrett Wilson before anyone else on the Titans.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about the Packers here? I'll throw one last one out there.
Ooh, that's
pretty good.
Allen Lazard, a couple rookies, and Sammy Watkins.
I think the Titans definitely do probably have a top or a bottom 6 at least wide receiver group.
All right. Cool. Let's pick their games. Brian, you can't pick them to win every single game.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'll make you pick week 2 because I'm interested to see what you'll say. Rob,
it's going to be the Titans that beat the Bills in week 2.
Rob,
we're both picking all of them, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Rob, you go first. New York at home to start the season.
Which New York team?
So, it's the Giants.
Giants.
I do want to say with this one, it could be a potential. I know it's week 1, but this could be a look ahead spot for the Titans where they're looking to week 2 with big Monday Night Football matchup with the Bills. So I don't think it'd be crazy to say the Titans go out there and lay an egg week 1 against the Giants. I don't expect them to lose, but I think this could be like they kick a game-winning field goal kind of game, and where they're struggling all game. Giants come out with a new head coach, want to play hard. I could see them losing, but I'll take the Titans.
I could see it, but I think the coaching is way too good for the Titans for that to come out and actually manifest as happening. So I'm going to go with the Titans.
1-0, week 2 against the Bills.
Let's go. Honestly,
Bills are going to win their home opener.
The Titans have had the Bills number for multiple years now, and until the Bills prove that they can beat the Titans, I'm going to pick the Titans.
Anthony? I am going to go pick the Bills. So It'll be 1-1 to start the year. Vegas, week 3 at home.
Shoot. I'm probably gonna have to go Titans.
I'll go Raiders.
We're gonna make Anthony pick all these.
I wanted Anthony. I wanted to get his opinion here, so
I'm gonna go Raiders too. I think the Raiders have a good year.
I mean, I agree. Man, with a Henry being that fresh week 3, he's gonna run all over those guys.
I am not.
Titans pass rush isn't great, right?
The Titans pass rush is very good.
Okay, it is good.
Yes.
I know they had the best record last year, but for some reason I'm just not high on the Titans this year.
I get it. Everyone says that they were the worst team to win or to have the best record like ever. So
I'm also high.
Harold Landry.
They have Harold Landry.
They re-signed him. I couldn't remember if they did. Okay.
I'm also high on everyone on the AFC West. So I think the Raiders are going to be better this year. So 2-1 going to Indy week 4.
I'm gonna pick them to split with Indy. So if we're going to Indy, I'll pick Indy.
Yeah, it's a fair assumption there. I could agree with that, and I'll go the Colts.
Oh, did I say 2-1? I meant 1-2. So 1-3 at Washington. Back-to-back road games, but I don't think anyone expects too much out of Washington.
I'm gonna go Titans.
I'll take the Titans.
2-3 early bye week, home against the Colts.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Yeah, Titans off their bye at home. I'll take the Titans.
3-3 at Houston.
Titans.
4-3 at Kansas City.
Oh man, they got a brutal stretch coming up, Brian.
I know.
Yeah, they do.
Chiefs for me.
Yeah, it's Sunday night. I'm going to go Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes balls out.
I can't wait till they make the Chiefs look so bad.
4-4 home against Denver.
We probably should have them win the Chiefs game and lose the Houston game, though. Like, if we're being honest here, I feel like they like to do that sometimes.
They do that. They play down to their competition a lot. Yeah. But I'm gonna take the Titans against the Broncos.
Is this any kind of primetime game?
Nope, 1:00.
They're just gonna take the air out of.
Yeah, give me the Titans.
Yeah,
coming across country.
4 to Thursday night game. So 5 days later, after playing Denver, they go to Green Bay.
Man. I'm gonna go Green Bay. Although I do like the Titans in that game, I'm not gonna lie. I think they're so well coached.
I don't know if they match up well with Green Bay. I'll take the Packers.
Yeah.
Packers have
I think they're
defense.
I think they're going to have the same or similar team this year. It's just Rodgers is better than Tannehill. Like they're both going to run.
AJ Brown.
What did you say?
The difference is AJ Brown to me. It's just that they're missing their best offensive weapon besides Henry.
Oh, yeah. So we are 5-5 home against Cincinnati.
Oh, they're not losing that game. After the loss that Cincinnati dealt them in the playoffs, they're not going to lose that game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Titans there too. Revenge game.
There's no way.
6-5 at Philly.
I'll take the Eagles.
I really like the Titans in that game.
I also like the Titans.
So well coached. They're going to have Jalen Hurts running for his life out there.
7-5 home against Jacksonville.
Titans. I will pick them to split with the Jaguars, but I do think at home they will beat the Jaguars.
No, they're due for if we got them beating Cincinnati and Philly, they're due for a loss. I'll take the Jaguars.
Not against the Jags.
I also have the Jaguars winning this game because I have the Jaguars making the playoffs.
Okay.
7-6, and now traveling to the Chargers.
Chargers
for me.
7-7. Now they got to fight for the playoffs with the Jaguars, but this game is home against Houston.
Titans.
8-7, home on a Thursday night against Dallas.
Ooh, I love that game for the Titans.
9-7.
I think this is where the coaching comes in that Ryan keeps preaching.
Yeah,
9-7
late season games.
last game of the year, going to Jacksonville for a spot in the playoffs.
Don't leave it up to Anthony, Rob.
The Titans end any dream of the Jacksonville playoffs right there.
10-7.
10-7 might be good enough for the playoffs, might not. We'll have to see how we pick the Colts.
Yeah.
And every other team probably is good for a wild card, though.
All right. Titans over under. What do you think it is?
9.5.
10.5.
9.5. William Hill Sportsbook.
Smash that over.
That's one I don't know if I'd touch it.
I'm not touching that.
I think it's right on.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I could see him easily being 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got Titans. We got New England done. Let's spin the wheel again. Maybe we'll get an NFC team.
Let's go, Rob.
Spin the wheel.
Oops, I hit it a little early there. Sorry, Anthony.
Sorry. My beautiful voice can carry over the sound. NFC.
Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
The Cardinals.
Brian, who do you like on the Cardinals? Who you buying?
Oh man. Well, it's so tough because is Marquise Brown overvalued right now? I know that people are high on him, but I just think that his ceiling is like through the roof.
I do want to buy Marquise Brown.
Yeah, if I can get
right now, but I think he comes cheap
for something reasonable, a 2023 first, something like that, I would be willing to send a 23 first and a second for Marquise Brown. But I mean, projected late. If they're early first, then no. But if I'm a contender and I need another weapon or a flex position, then I'm going Marquise Brown. I think he has top 12 upside this year, and I think DeAndre Hopkins might be a sneaky good buy also if you're a win now team. And
you don't have to worry about him getting hurt for 6 weeks.
Right.
If you're a contender and just are looking for an extra piece for
he went late in the league that we're drafting in right now, right? I mean, he went.
I want to say it was like the 13th or 14th round. It was pretty late. It felt, I mean, maybe it wasn't that late, but it was pretty late.
Honestly, it feels like there's quite a few buys on this offense because I think Zach Ertz, if you're a win now team, he's an absolute buy too.
That was who I was going to bring up was Zach Ertz, especially if it's a tight end premium league. He just signed a 3-year extension there. He looked good after the trade last year from Philly to Arizona. And I think he's obviously going to finish his career there with Kyler Murray. It's a good fit.
Yeah,
it should be cheap enough. I like that as a buy.
What do you think about Rondale Moore?
I was going to say that was going to be my question especially for the first half of the year. I think. I mean, AJ Green's getting up there. We just talked about Marquise Brown, so I feel like they have to utilize Rondale Moore for the first 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, I think he's a hold. I don't think I'm buying or selling.
Yeah, he's.
I think if I got him, I'm not getting rid of him.
Right.
Because they've talked about using him in the Christian Kirk role now that he's gone to Jacksonville. Yeah. So there could be some more deep shots to him this year that just weren't there last year. He just didn't get targeted down the field at all last year.
Any
do you trust
Benjamin or Darrell Williams?
So I was going to ask, do you trust James Conner? So it's kind of the same question.
I'm selling Conner if I have him.
Yeah, Conner's a sell, I think. Problem is I don't know who's buying. I don't think I want to touch that backfield right now. It's kind of just all holds for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you probably couldn't really sell any of them for much, and there's not, in my opinion, there's not much value in buying any of them. So yeah, I would just.
If you could get a late 23 first for Conner and you're not a contender, then I smash accept on that.
I don't know who's giving up a first for James Conner.
I mean, if you're a contender and you need that running back, I don't know, man.
I don't think you're getting it now, but if you make it a couple weeks into your season and a contender loses a running back and Conner has, I don't know, a couple touchdown or 2 touchdown games early on. Definitely sell them then.
Absolutely, he'll score touchdowns.
All right, let's pick them. Week 1, home against Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Kansas City.
At Las Vegas, week 2.
Raiders for me.
Raiders.
I think I'm realizing I'm high on the Raiders through this exercise.
Yeah.
All right, 0-2, home against the Rams.
Rams. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go letdown game. I think the Rams are going to have a rough start.
I think the Rams are going to start slow. I've been saying that the last few episodes. I feel like I brought it up. I think there'll be a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover there before they turn it up midseason. I'll go Cardinals there.
I'm with you.
1-2. So that means the Rams are going to lose opening night and week 3. So at Carolina, week 4.
Cardinals for me.
Yeah.
2-2, home against the Eagles, week 5.
Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles.
Rob and I are also going to be really high in the Eagles. I can't wait to pick those games, except for when they play the Titans.
Yes. The Eagles have a very easy schedule. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
At Seattle, week 6. 3-2 so far.
Cardinals.
I might want to go Seahawks here.
Oh.
Nah, Cardinals. Just kidding.
Don't do it.
Home against New Orleans. Thursday night game.
Jameis Winston. Gonna go in there and just who dat? Who is that? Who dat Nation?
That is who dat.
Okay, who dat?
Who dat? They gonna think they gonna beat them Saints?
Not the Cardinals.
I'll go Cardinals. I want to get Anthony's opinion here.
Home Thursday. I always favor the home team on a Thursday, so it's a short week. I would pick the Cardinals to win that game. If it was at New Orleans, I would definitely pick New Orleans to win in the Superdome on a night game.
You could be wrong.
At Minnesota, week 8. Right now we are 4-3.
I do worry about giving Minnesota too many wins because I feel like we pick them often. So I'm gonna go Cardinals.
This is a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna go Cardinals as well.
I just don't think the Vikings are a playoff team necessarily this year.
5-3.
Actually, I might have to retract that because the NFC is really bad. So
yeah, they might be a wild card. I mean, I guess they could even potentially win the division if the Packers fall back, but I'd be surprised. Yeah, we'll go Cardinals there.
Yeah.
5-3. Week 9 is home against Seattle.
This is the
Cardinals.
Cliff.
I'm not picking the Seahawks. I just can't.
All right. Thought maybe this might be the cliff where the Cardinals start. Oh, it's the back end of the season. Here we go.
Well, we picked Seattle.
That'll be after the Mexico trip coming up here in a few weeks.
Okay. What's that, Tony?
I was like, didn't we pick Seattle not like last episode? Weren't they like 2 and whatever?
Yeah, we had them winning 2 games, 2-14, 2-15, I believe. We might have gave them 3.
We had the Seahawks beating the. Oh, actually, I don't know. They won week 3, 14, and 18. I don't know who they played those weeks, though. Not that helps much. Oh, Rob's flipping through his book. Go, Rob, go.
So that would be Atlanta.
Makes sense. 14.
Carolina and the Rams.
Oh, yeah, because we said that the Rams might be playing
the
their
Rams. Back. Yeah, just already clinched.
Yeah, and the Seahawks.
We felt bad.
Yeah, they were trying to win one for Pete Carroll before his last game.
Yeah, that's what the logic was. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's not good. Our host just left us. What game were we on, Rob? Did you happen to...
Yeah. I can keep it going here. So
right, keep it
What week is that? Week 10 at the LA Rams. I think the Rams probably have it figured out by now, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go LA Rams there?
Yeah, because we have to give them a loss in week 18 to the Seahawks.
Okay, so the Rams game is going to be a loss. This is where I was going to say the downfall is coming, because the following week they play at home. It's a home game technically, but they're playing versus the San Francisco 49ers in Mexico.
Oh,
Kyler Murray might start partying. I don't know.
Forgetting to study his playbook for 4 hours a week. Although I think they took that out of his contract, right?
They did take that out of his contract. Yeah,
that was so nice of them. I'm gonna go Cardinals. Do we have to agree because there's no tiebreaker? Can you sway me? I think the Cardinals do win that game.
The only thing I worry about, well, they did just lose to the Rams. I was going to say they have a big game the following week against the Chargers, but it's an AFC game. It's not really a look-ahead spot probably. So, yeah, I could see him winning against the 49ers. We'll give them a W there.
All right.
And then week 12, week before their bye, is home against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, man. I can't pick them to beat. They have to lose that game. The Chargers are so good this year.
Yeah, I want to be careful about giving them too many wins also. You're talking, yeah.
But I was thinking the same thing, but dude, they're so good on paper. If they can stay healthy.
I also like the Chargers. The Cardinals might be looking ahead towards that bye. So, letdown spot after the big win in Mexico. So, week 13 is their bye week. Coming out of the bye, they have a home game against the New England Patriots. Believe we already agreed on the Cardinals winning that game.
Okay.
When we picked the Patriots, correct?
I'm good with that.
I could be wrong on that. I'm trying to remember back to about 20.
Oh, we just did that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
Honestly, I don't know. We'll have to edit that one in if we pick differently.
Okay, week 15 is at Denver.
I love to pick the Cardinals to collapse at the end of the year. So I'm going to go Seahawks. Seahawks.
Where'd the Seahawks come from? You thinking Russell Wilson?
Random team, whatever came to my head first. Yeah, that's why.
I see the Russell Wilson connection there at least. All right, so
hilarious.
Yeah, I like Denver to win that game, so we'll give them a loss. Then they come a Christmas Day game. They come back home to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which should be a good game. I think I like the Cardinals to win this one. Just Tampa coming cross country late in the season. That division that they're in, they might already honestly have that thing locked up by week 15. So they might not be.
Hey, I have a friend, and I just let him in. Hi, Anthony. Welcome back, brother.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, guys. Thanks for letting me join your podcast.
Did you have to poop?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Thought maybe you just bye.
We got a decent little storm coming through here, and I think it knocked out our internet for a second.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Well, I could fill you in on the last few games here.
Let's see what I miss.
So I think you cut out right around the LA Rams game, November 13th. Is that correct? You had the Seattle game?
Yep.
So we had the Rams taking the win there as the Cardinals look ahead to the game in Mexico, their home game versus San Francisco in Mexico, which we had the Cardinals winning. Followed that up with the Chargers losing to the Chargers. Then they have their bye week. We had them coming off their bye, beating New England. I guess you would know. We were trying to remember. We did pick the Cardinals to win that earlier, right? Against New England. We had New England losing that game.
What week is that game?
Week 14.
Yeah, we had the Cardinals winning that game.
Okay. So we had the Cardinals winning that game. Then I figured we'd keep it consistent with an episode at least, as best we could.
Yeah.
And at Denver, we had as a loss. And then I just said that I picked the Cardinals to beat Tampa, and Ryan was about to.
Same thing.
Okay. So we have a win there for the Cardinals. So what do we got for a record?
Hang on, this whole internet, threw me all off. We were 6-3 when I left.
All right, so 6-4. So we're 9-6 going into week 17.
Guys. I just feel like we dropped the ball for a little bit there. We're back, though. We're back. All right.
Epic fail when technology doesn't work.
That was a rough stretch, but we'll get through it.
Technology fails us. We are like hopeless. This is a little scary. Not for the podcast. I'm talking about for humanity.
For humanity, yeah, really.
So week 17, that means we're at Atlanta. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
All right, 9-6 going to at Atlanta. Look, we're back. We're professionals.
Let's go, baby.
We're higher on the Cardinals than I thought we might be, and I think they're going to win that game. I don't think they're losing to the Falcons in January.
No.
10-6 going to San Fran, which it seems like there's going to be some playoff implications on the line here. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm pretty certain we went 10-7 for San Francisco, with San Francisco winning that last game. So that'll be interesting to see what the tiebreakers ended up being, because we had them splitting the.
You know what? You're right.
The division games, but that's probably right. So I'll say a loss. We'll have to see what the Rams record ends up being when we pick them, but that could end up being two of the wild card teams there.
What do you think the Cardinals over-under is?
Cardinals over-under is definitely lower than 10. I'm going to say 8.5.
I'm going 10.
It's 8.5.
That low?
Yeah. Tough division. 49ers have won that division recently. The Rams just won the Super Bowl. 49ers went to the Super Bowl the year before. So
that means Vegas would like you to pick the 49ers to win that division, which we will be going over in a little bit. In a couple episodes, we will pick all the divisions, give you our Super Bowl predictions, and go from there. It's crazy that it's already football season. What do you guys want to do? You want to do one more? Spin the wheel?
Yo, I'm down. Listeners, are you down?
Oh, we down.
We're down. Okay, one more. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Anthony, bring us into it.
Spin the wheel.
The vibrato.
Yeah.
Just like, it's amazing.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
Come on, yeah. We were just talking about them.
I wanted to play
Philadelphia Eagles.
So bad. For the Jets.
All right, you're so high on them, Ryan. Who you high on?
I am so high on
Ryan.
Jalen Hurts.
Hide the wheel,
Yes,
please.
I got you, bro. As soon as you said it, I picked it up. All right. I've been working on my telepathy, so you don't even have to say things sometimes, and I'll just pick it up magically. All right, for real, though. Jalen Hurts is my buy because a lot of people are afraid that he's not going to be their starter past this year, and we're talking dynasty here. I just think the guy is so talented. You don't want him off the field. You want him carrying the ball. You want him throwing the ball. He can make his mechanics better, be more accurate, footwork, all that stuff. He's got A.J. Brown as his best friend now as his wide receiver 1. I love Devonta Smith as a wide receiver 2. He was winning against cornerback 1s last year. Now he gets to go against the second best cornerbacks. Quez Watkins, I'm assuming he's probably the wide receiver 3 there, and I like him a lot also. Goddard, Mr. South Dakota State. I don't know, man. I love Jalen Hurts, and I think that Devonta Smith is a buy. as well.
Right. What's your price you're willing to pay for Jalen Hurts? Because I've been trying to get him in leagues, and I've been having zero success, and I've been paying what I think is more than what he's probably even worth.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at like I know I used Ryan Tannehill. I said he'll be better than his projections. The problem with like trying to trade Tannehill right now is that he's projected to be so bad that nobody wants him. He's like untouchable. No one wants him. If you have I have a question for you actually. If you had like a Derek Carr, would you trade Carr and a first for Hurts? Because you know Carr is going to be the starter in Oakland.
I think
I would definitely not do that.
I think it depends on your team. If you're one piece away and you think that piece is a top 5 quarterback, Carr's not going to be a top 5 quarterback.
He will not.
Even with Devontae Adams. He just doesn't give you any rushing upside that Hurts can give you. And Hurts could also give you the passing upside now with the weapons that Ryan just talked about between A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert.
And Hurts is 10 years younger, about.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Carr is a little more locked in safety-wise, security,
sure.
Whatever you want to say, contract. But
that's a very high risk, very high reward sort of play right there.
That's a trade, like I said, I make if I am a absolute contender and Carr's my QB1 or even my QB2, if I can turn that into Hurts, I would do it.
How about like a Mac Jones and a first?
Yeah, I'd rather have Carr than Jones. So
yeah, okay. I would do that. I'm just high on the Raiders and Derek Carr in general. So, remember like 2 years ago when Philly's wide receiver room was like Greg Ward and Jalen Reagor and I'm trying to think about it. It was like one of the worst receiver. We were just talking about bad receiver rooms. Like that was the worst in the league. And now you have AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, like you said, pretty loaded receiver room. Anyone you're selling?
AJ Brown. I'm personally, he hurt my heart leaving the Titans. So sell him for like a 5th round pick, maybe.
What about Miles Sanders?
I don't know if there's anybody on their team that I'm selling. I love that offense this year. I think if anything, they're all buys. Like honestly,
I was kidding. By the way, don't sell AJ
even
Brown.
A guy like Quez Watkins for like a bench spot for just
a
free fill in. I mean, the speed that he has, he could catch you a few deep balls this year. And there's been reports he's running as the wide receiver 3 there. So
you guys said they had an easy schedule, so let's see what they've got here. We get at Detroit week 1.
I got Quez Watkins for a 23 5th round pick in one of the leagues that we're in.
Well, that's like what I'm talking about. You can get him for free.
Yeah, I was very happy about that.
And if anything happens to AJ Brown or Devontae Smith injury wise, he's going to step right in to the starting lineup.
All right, let's pick these boys.
At Detroit, week 1.
Eagles.
Right.
You said Detroit, Ryan?
Yeah.
I do like the Lions this year, but I'm taking the Eagles.
Whatever Dan Campbell, he might be cheesy and all, but I do think Detroit comes out and fights hard week 1, so I'm going to pick Detroit to win week 1.
Didn't we pick the Lions already?
No, we haven't picked the Lions.
I don't think so. Sure. Home against Minnesota. Monday Night Football.
Home against, I'm going Eagles.
They're not on our wheel. We definitely have already done them.
Yeah, we did. We picked the Eagles to win that game.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we did.
Now we have to stick with the Eagles winning week 1.
That was before.
Listen,
that was before the Hard Knocks.
That was one of those ones where we were doing like every other pick. So that was probably Rob's pick, and he picked the Eagles to win that game.
Maybe.
Did you guys see? I know I can't think of the guy that took 2nd overall. I don't know. I can't think of his name.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, did you see his him singing in front of the team?
No.
I did see it was going viral today. I didn't get a chance to watch it though.
That's a team that loves each other. They're going to win that game week 1. I'm going back to the old podcast, and I'm going to change that. I'm going to edit it out.
I'm fine with it. I said I was high on the Lions this year, so
0-1 to start for the Eagles. They're going home, or it's home Minnesota Monday night, week 2.
But now I got to go Eagles here.
Yeah,
for sure. I might have went the other way. I don't know.
1-1 at Washington.
Eagles.
Carson
Wentz back.
Home Jacksonville.
Eagles for me.
Anthony's
at
like,
Arizona.
no, I need them to win that game. We must have just picked that.
Yeah, right? We did just pick it.
The Arizona game.
Week 5.
Yes.
We picked the Eagles, right? 4-1.
Okay.
Home Dallas. Sunday Night Football.
Dallas.
I'm just looking at when they play them later in the season.
I think the Eagles win the division, but
yeah, I'll take Dallas there.
Who'd you pick, Ryan?
Dallas.
Right. Bye week and then home against Pittsburgh.
Eagles.
5-2 at Houston on a Thursday night.
Eagles
as well for me.
Home Washington on Monday night.
There we go.
Eagles
now
again.
Carson Wentz gets to come home to Philly and lose again.
I thought you were going to say win. Revenge game.
At Indy the following week.
I'm going to go Indy.
7-3. Home against Green Bay on Sunday Night Football.
For some reason, that feels like Green Bay is winning that game.
I'll take the Eagles just to. I want Anthony's tiebreaker here.
I feel like Rodgers never loses primetime games, so I'm going to pick Green Bay to win that game.
It's a great point. I agree.
7-4.
Even though I did say the Eagles.
7-4. Home Tennessee. We just picked that game too, right?
Yeah, I believe we just picked the Eagles to win that.
You jerks picked the Eagles to win.
8-4 at. We got 3 road games in a row at the Giants.
Eagles
for me as well.
9-4 at Chicago.
Oh man, Eagles.
They probably blow one of these if we're being honest, but I will take the Eagles.
I don't think it's going to be against the Bears.
That's the thing. I don't want to try to guess which one they blow, but between the Giants, both of the Washingtons, and like Pittsburgh, they probably lose one of those.
Yeah, probably.
10-4 at Dallas. 3rd road game in a row.
I gotta have them lose one just because.
Yeah, I was going to say I think Dallas could take them out twice.
I worry about them winning the division if that's going to be the case, though.
I don't think so. I don't think Dallas will win 11 games this year.
10-5. Last 2 games are at home. First one is against New Orleans.
I like them to bounce back and win both. Yeah. I'll just say it now. So give me give me the Eagles.
11-5, and then home against the Giants.
Give me the Eagles again.
Yeah.
12-5. What do we think their over/under is?
10.5.
That's such a high number, though. I'll say 9.5.
I hope it's
9.5.
Dude.
That's one that I think is I think I'm gonna go bet that one tonight because I think that's a smash over.
Feels really good.
We will be placing bets of the week coming up. That'll be a segment coming up, and Rob's kind of giving you a sneak peek at his first one. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna plug Twitter real quick, and then we're gonna go to the listener question. So
sounds good.
Follow us at the names you see on your screen if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm Ultraflex Sutton. Ryan is at Ultraflex Ryan, and Mr. GM is at Ultraflex Rob, and the podcast itself is at Ultraflex FFP. But we're going to finish with the listener question of the week. So what you got, Ryan?
All right.
How nervous are you, Ryan? I got to ask.
My hands are sweaty. I don't get nervous. Like, call me Mr. Zen. I'm not supposed to get nervous, but my hands get sweaty when I think about having to answer questions like offhand.
Knees weak.
Arms are heavy.
All right, what do we got? Throw it at us.
What is the best NFL mascot?
Okay.
And why?
This is a fun one. I'm going to flip through my book so I can see them all.
I have one right off the bat, and I got this. Ready? I'm going. Oh, does it stop? Okay, go to stop. It's a kitty. That's why I played that bite. And it's the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
And the reason is because I have an awesome cat named Miko, and he looks just like a panther. And I mean, panthers are badass just in and of themselves, but I love their color scheme too. I love the Carolina Panthers color scheme. I know that's not the question, but I mean, my response.
I think that factors into it. Why do you like the mascot? I like the color scheme.
I was gonna say we're doing best based off of like who's gonna win a fight, color.
If it was a fight, I picked the Titans.
This could be however you want it to be. How about a giant though? Oh yeah, Titan's probably better than a giant.
Give me a Titan.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to beat.
Give me a Commander.
I'm gonna do it based off of logo, and I think it hurts me to say as a Bills fan, but I think the Dolphins color scheme and logo is my favorite.
I'm stuck on Titans. I think
the helmet on the dolphin in front of the sun, but it kind of also looks like he's like jumping through a hoop. Like to me, I like the Dolphins logo.
Did you guys just hear me use a hip word? I said
I missed it. Yeah, it's fire. Yeah,
I said the Dolphins.
It kind of does look like the dolphin could be jumping through like a ring of fire. I never saw it that way until just now that you mentioned it. And if they were doing a mascot fight, what about the Chargers to take down the Titans? Because wasn't it in Hercules, Zeus threw his like lightning bolts at the Titans up on Mount Olympus?
He did, but I believe that the Titans. I mean, I'm just going off like the Disney movie Hercules.
Yeah, that's what I have too. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened there.
And like took over Zeus.
Yeah, but they eventually won.
Yeah, they're saved by Hercules.
All right. Well,
if you read like the lore of Hercules, the dude was not a good guy. Just saying, like everyone should look that up. Like he kills his wife at some point. It's brutal, man.
Jeez.
And Disney made a movie about him.
I think a lot of Disney stories are based off some brutal stories. So
they are.
I think my choice for my favorite logo / mascot is going to be the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I love the. I got to shout out our high school, right? West Valley. Yeah, the Wildcats were purple and gold. Minnesota's got the purple and gold color scheme. They got the sweet Viking with the nice long mustache, pretty cool looking. If I was going on color scheme alone, I think I'm a big fan of the Chargers.
Yes.
The baby blues and the yellows, I really like that.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the baby?
Might be the best uniform in the league.
No,
the Titans. No,
not best. No, it's not the worst. Actually, it's not great. It's not great. I'm being honest. Their logo's not the best, but it's not the worst.
What? I love the.
We might have to do a who has the worst logo question here soon.
Yeah, we definitely can. Are we ending it on one?
Is it the Cleveland Browns? It's probably the Cleveland Browns, right?
Yeah.
Is it even a competition? The Washington Commanders one isn't great either, really.
I think the Commanders are pushing for worst, but the Browns.
The Browns is probably the worst. I mean,
Everyone
it's a classic,
thinks of the
I guess,
same
right?
thing.
I don't know.
I'll say the Bears is a classic, but that one's pretty bad too.
Yeah, but not as bad as the Browns.
They could have like a really cool bear where they just have like the C.
Does every Chicago team you just use a C for their logo besides the Bulls?
I don't know much about anything other than football.
The Cubs, yes. I'm trying to think of what the White Sox have.
I feel like the White Sox, or is it a CW? It might be a CW. CW.
Their hats maybe? Just
Chicago
say
White Sox, CWS.
Yeah. I don't know. You got another question, Ryan?
I do have another one. Do you want me to ask it?
Yeah, let's do another one. Then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, listener question of the week, number 2. If you guys were all drafted to the same NFL team, what would your position be?
Well, I'm 5'9", 5'10"-ish, about 180 pounds. So I'm going to say I would be a kicker.
Well, we could be whatever size we want to be if we're drafted, right? I mean, this is like our fantasy world. No, so what position would you want to play?
You know, honestly, like
it doesn't not say that though.
That's true.
Because if we're being honest, we would never be drafted. Like if this was real, so
well,
if I was going to play a position, I grew up playing baseball forever, so it would be a quarterback. But I'm not trying to say I'm good enough to be a quarterback. But
no, you weren't just
I'd want you to be the quarterback.
Player. You were the pitcher, so it makes more sense. Like that just goes hand in hand.
I think growing up, I always had really good hands, so I'd probably want to be a wide receiver. Would be what I'd lean towards, which I think you might be too, Ryan. If we're being honest,
you might have to be the outside receiver because I'm coming in on a slot, and
I like it.
I'm fine with my size, man. I'll take my 5'8" frame, 180 pounds, and go against those big boys in the middle.
You got that Wan'Dale Robinson size, right? He's
don't have the speed, but I have the size.
For starting slot for the Giants now. So yeah.
By next episode, we should have our final team updates from the episode that we had on Sunday. So we'll give you guys a breakdown of what our team looks like. And we're getting closer and closer to the season. So by the time that we talk
so close
next week, we'll have some of the first week of preseason to review. So
we're talking about our startup Ultraflex team, right?
That is correct, Mundo.
Hopefully it's done by next episode. We're cruising along.
It's a slow draft, pretty good. So it's taking a little bit, but we're going to get there.
Hopefully not too many injuries to talk about next episode.
Hopefully not.
Again, find us on Twitter at UltraflexFFP. Thanks for listening. Rob gets the last word.
All right. Go check out some of our past episodes if you haven't yet. Follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear some listener questions from you so we can have some more fun discussions. Ryan, hit us with the music.